Welcome everyone. It's good to see all of you. So today I received a question from Nevin. She's been really detailed with her questions. So she starts out with a problem statement to question 1. My ultimate goal and motivation behind my meditation practice is to end suffering and cultivate true happiness. Therefore, I want to cultivate a stable mind and a centered self. Through your teachings and with the guided meditation, I start slowly to see little changes in my life. I'm happier, more at ease, more present, and all that without any alteration of outside influences. I'm still such a beginner, and the more I practice, the more stuff comes up from my unconsciousness to my consciousness. That should be looked at as progress, but simultaneously makes it harder to keep my practice focused on building a stable mind. Therefore, I see the importance/benefit of training the right skills during meditation and my day in general. In reference to question 1, in your classes, for example, episode 256, you teach about the importance or the benefit of having a quality practice by building the right skills. You mention the following skills to build during the first 4 meditation stages: the skill of alertness, see when thoughts arise; the skill of remembering the objective of my meditation, for example, the breath; and the skill of concentration, like holding something in mind. You also mention the importance or benefit of keeping the object or skill one is training also during the day in mind. #micromeditation. So she comes to the question: how to choose the skill I most need to train during the first 4 stages of meditation practice, or do I train all skills at once? How do I know when to focus on the next if one is never content with the skill trained? In brackets, according to the Buddha. Okay, so this is concluding the question. Okay. So how to choose the skill I most need to train during the first 4 stages of meditation practice, or do I train all skills at once? So this is where journaling becomes really important. When you're practicing, after your meditation session, you want to be writing down what you have observed. What came up during the practice? How did one cause relate to its result? What happened if you did this or that? Did it help? What does it mean that a thing helped you or helped you to progress in your practice or not? And so it's really important to reflect on what you are doing. Just in general, this is a really good thing to do in life. Just introspection, At the end of the day, like having a look at how did I spend my time? What did I do? Who have I become today? Like really important questions. Suppose you were to ask yourself, what did I do? And who did I become at the end of 1 week? You're looking back at your week. What might you see? Has your mind changed during that week? If so, how? Did you experience a change on the level of your emotions? If so, how? And why? What did you do differently? Did you experience a change on the level of your actions, how you interact, how you communicate with people, or how you communicate with yourself? What you do when you're alone? If so, what change did you observe? And why do you think Has there been a change? Suppose you were doing that at the end of a month, and you ask yourself, what did I do during this month? Who did I become? If we all did that consistently, every day, every week, every month, that would be quite a powerful practice. In fact, the whole Buddhist training is all about knowing what you are doing. It's all about actions. The word for actions is karma. Karma simply means action. It doesn't mean some mystical force which is there to punish you or to reward you. Yeah? Karma simply means action. What are you doing right now? Let's formulate the question in a much better way. What am I doing right now? What am I doing right now? Like, you look at your mind. What are you doing in your mind? How do you talk to yourself? How do you direct your attention? What are you intending? How do you pay attention to things? How do you evaluate a situation? In what way do you evaluate it? What does it mean to you? Is it good? Is it bad? Why? Why would you say it's good? Why would you say it's bad? So you see, a lot of people who come to the practice of meditation, they expect some sort of nice little recipe that they just can follow and then everything will be fine. But that's not the case. The spiritual training or the practice of meditation demands introspection. It demands you to understand yourself. Who are you? What are you doing? Does it actually benefit you? Does it actually benefit others? Is it useful? Is it not? And nobody can tell you that. Only you can see yourself. You can't lie to yourself. If you're honestly looking at yourself and you see what you're doing, then there's no way out of that. You can't pretend. You can't lie there. You're seeing clearly what's going on. You may, for example, see that a certain line of thought makes you really angry. So if you would ask yourself in that moment, oh, what am I doing right now? Okay, I'm making myself angry. What's the long-term result of that? What am I currently getting better in? I'm getting better at being angry. This is what I'm training right now. Like, is this what I want to train? Because each moment that you're making yourself angry, you're teaching your brain that this is apparently what you need to survive. And your brain goes, yes ma'am, yes sir. Let me establish a new neuronal network which will support you in your task, because you apparently need it. And guess what happens if you do not see yourself over a time and you're just repeating that thing over and over again unconsciously? You get so good at it that it becomes your natural state. You get into your car, you're holding onto the wheel in an angry way. You're pushing down the pedal in an angry way. You see the other drivers around you in an angry way. And you're really good at this. So you go from A to B in a way of cursing, yelling, pounding, and super tense. What are you doing to your body in that moment? You make yourself sick. Literally. Now, if you had consciousness in that moment, if you were knowing what you are doing while you are doing it, would you still be doing it? Of course not. But is it so easy to just stop? No. Why not? Because your whole body has learned how to serve you. And so it's wired to be that way. So it's natural, it's automatic for you, it's what comes most easily. That's trouble, right? In the case of anger, that's trouble. So it will take some time to reverse that. And it will take a lot of consciousness of what you're doing right now. So let's come back to the original question. How to choose the skill I most need to train during the first 4 stages of meditation practice? Or do I train all skills at once? This question is a bit like, tell me, what do I need to do first? Then what do I need to do second? I need a firm recipe of what to do because that gives me some sort of security or confidence, or okay, then I know what to do and I just need to follow the recipe. I do maybe not need to make any effort to actually look at myself. That's why I say the antidote to that is note down, write it down. What are you doing and what's the result of your doing? In order to know what you need to do at each stage, you need to understand the purpose of each stage. You need to understand the goal of each stage. And then you need to do what it takes to attain that goal in each session. And once you're able to attain the goal, you need to learn to rest in it. So it can permeate you, it can inform your body and your mind and your emotion that this is the state that you are now trying to embody. So what's the goal of stage 1? The goal of stage 1 is to rest the body, to let go of having a high amount of adrenaline and cortisol in your blood, decreasing the buzz of the day, softening the experience of being in your body, making it less erratic, static, like the static noise of a radio or television. The body is buzzing with stress. And we all know that when you sit down and you start to meditate, the first thing that you encounter is just really a nervous body. It's not settled. So what stage 1 does is it settles the body, which is really important before you go any deeper. If you're not comfortable in your body, how could you be present? Because when you're uncomfortable, all you want is to run away. Like, who willfully wants to experience discomfort in the beginning? Besides, it's not really the purpose of meditation. The purpose of meditation is to make you comfortable, like truly comfortable. Which means you're comfortable no matter what. And so connecting with your body also serves another purpose. It serves the purpose of bringing you into the present moment. Your body is the presence. As soon as you connect with your body, as soon as you feel your body, you're present. You are with what is. You're not in a world of abstraction, of mental proliferation about what's going to happen tomorrow or yesterday. Like things that do not exist. Your body exists. An idea doesn't really exist. Or what the idea points to doesn't exist. It's an idea, it's an abstract stuff in your mind. We can dream up all kinds of ideas and things, but they're very impractical, they're not here. And so when we lose ourselves in the world of ideas and abstractions, of course we forget our body. Like, what would your body do to call you back? It would hurt. Right? You may be sitting in front of a computer screen for 3 or 4 hours in the same crooked posture, and your body will start to complain. Why does it do that? So that you're paying attention to it. If you're not paying attention to your children, they will start to become very annoying, very loud. Why? Because they need attention. What if you're not paying attention to your heart? Well, you end up in emotional pain, which is literally your emotions calling you back to order. You need to address something. This is what pain says, right? Like, look right here. Address this. So we're coming into the present moment to address the tension and the pain in the body. So what do you need to do at that stage to achieve that? So first you need to find a way to relax. You breathe in, you feel the body. You breathe out, the task is relax. Let go of your tension. How do you do that? You need to find a way. The structure is breathe in, feel, breathe out, release. Now your task is to find a way to make this work. And that's why you want to write down at the end of the session what helped you to attain that. Like, for example, when I breathe out, and I remember a feeling of relief that I've had in my life, a feeling of having accomplished a big task successfully. And now it's time for holidays. The feeling that you have at Friday night after a week that was full of hard work. Thank God it's Friday, right? That's what people say. What's that? It's a feeling. Thank God it's Friday. That's a feeling. So each time when you breathe out, you feel, thank God it's Friday. And you bring that into your legs, and you bring that into your belly, and you bring it into your whole body, and your body will love it. Good thing is, you don't need to wait for Friday to feel like it's Friday. Right? Aren't you free to feel whatever you want to feel, whenever you want it? So why not use that freedom? Why not make yourself feel what you want to feel? Who could keep you from doing that? Then stage 2, presence. What's the task? So know what's going on while it's going on. Knowing where your attention is right now. How do you get there? What do you need to do to attain that state? And what helps you to stay in it? How can you become comfortable with it? Sit, try, write down. Next time you do it, sit, try again, write down. Just like a scientist. You try it 10 times, 20 times. Does it work every time? Good, you've got yourself a method. And that method gets you exactly to the point of knowing what is happening while it is happening. It helps you to remain aware. That's how I would approach this. Rather than getting like a fixed system of first do this, then do that. Pay attention to yourself. See, what is it that you're doing? See, does it lead to the goal? Second part of the question, how do I know when to focus on the next? If one is never content with the skill trained, according to Buddha. Okay, she's referring to a quote from the Buddha, which is kind of going like, the secret to my success is that I was never content with the level of my skill. All right? For a lot of people, particularly in this modern day and age, they see the Buddha as a guy who was always content and peaceful. Which is not always true. The way we see the Buddha very often is very cartoony. It's not actually the way he probably was back in the day. And so one of these quotes shows that why he was so successful is because he precisely was not content. Not content with what? His skill. So this points to the quality of continuously seeking refinement in what you're doing. You want to refine it, always making it better, better, better. But that in itself is a very joyful process. Like think of concentration, for example. You want to make it better and better and better and better and better and better. How far can you push it? When do you reach the ultimate limit of concentration? What would happen if you'd reach that? You push it all the way. If you're not just concentrated for little moments, but you can maintain concentration for however long you want to. What would happen to your mind if you could do that? Right? How do I know when to focus on the next one if one is never content with the skill trained? So ideally, each stage of the practice is a quality. If you deepen that quality, it leads you right into the next stage. Think of the process of alchemy, where you have a base metal which you seek to refine into gold. And you can do that by boiling away all the elements that are impure. How do you do that? You have to boil it. Or the process of distillation, right? Suppose I have acetone and water together. While water has a boiling point of, 100 degrees Celsius or something, yeah? Acetone is probably around 50 or 60 degrees, like 56 or so. So if you have a mixture of acetone and water, you heat it up to 56 degrees, then the acetone boils away from the water. You can distill it. You can separate the two substances. If you're present, stage 2, and you're boiling your presence, the distillation is silence. The more present you become, the less you have to talk about. The more you are aware of how fast, how rapid your attention is moving from moment to moment, the less time you have to say things. In other words, the less time you have, the less words you have. So timelessness equals silence. Profound presence is silent. Just like space is silent. You don't have to produce silence. It's a product of refinement. The more refined your presence becomes, the more quiet you become, the more silent your mind becomes. There's just nothing to say. You become like a mirror. So sitting in this room, reflecting what is, without commenting on it. It's the beauty of a mirror, it doesn't comment on your appearance, right? So you're just open as that, like a mirror, because you've really deepened presence. Why would you deepen your presence? Well, because you weren't content with the level of skill you brought to the practice of presence. And so you pushed it deeper, 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 and suddenly you are silent. You're so present that you're silent. You've ended up in stage 3 all of a sudden, without even really knowing it. It just happens. That is to say, this is the best way to approach it. You go by quality. You deepen one quality, it brings you right to the next. You're not going by quantity. How long do I need to sit? 25 minutes. Okay, I'm going to be a good boy. I'm going to sit for 25 minutes, hoping that something will happen. It's not the way. I mean, you can practice like this if you like, won't get you very far. As soon as possible, go by quality. And you need to journal and study and write down the observations to see if you're actually able to refine your mind in this way. So, this is the first question. Next time, on Thursday, I'll discuss the second question. Well, good. Then I wish all of you a wonderful week. I hope you have a great one. I'll see you again on Thursday or Tuesday next week.